Boom, we are off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy. I have another guest here with me today, Ms. Candice Skittle Bomb Habib, and I, your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, but Candice will call me
Daddy.
There it is. It took that many episodes, but we finally got a daddy. I've had other people on, and I've been like, hey, what does it say on the back of my softball jersey? And they know the shtick of like, we're not saying it. We're not supposed to ever say your name. I'm like, all right, I can definitely get some people on here. And you're at the top of my list of nothing else that she's like, she'll call me daddy on air. Like, I know she will.
I call you Daddy all the time.
As you should.
I should, yes. Wait, you know what I was thinking? Your next person should be Danny, that you should interview.
Danny from Singapore, Danny?
Yes.
I love Danny. I love Mr. Nice Guy and the pooping machine as his wife. They have a bunch of kids now. You know, it's funny. You jog my memory. I went to China like 2 years ago, and when we were in Hong Kong, I had a revelation one day. I went, hold on. Danny is over here. I should really have looked him up. So I actually do a quick Google and find out he's in Singapore. And then I find that Singapore and Hong Kong are not that close to each other.
I was just going to say, are they the same?
Oh, no.
Okay, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, at least you're closer than you were if you were at home, right?
Yeah, something like that. It's not exactly close. It's kind of like, oh yeah, I'm in Australia. I should go see India because it's way closer. It's still like a 12-hour flight. You're not that much closer.
That's pretty funny. I know. I thought they were close to each other.
Yeah, we're idiots as people who live in the States because especially where we are, right? It's New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. You could get to those three states in 17 minutes essentially if you hit the right part of them. Well, when you start to go out to the flyover states, things get bigger. And if you've ever driven cross country, it also is a little more difficult. When you go to Europe and specifically Asia, it is huge. Those are not close.
Hey, what's a flyover state?
The flyover states is what we call, your Oklahoma, Alabama. I know we have no listeners from these places. George does listen, so maybe I won't shit on Alabama too hard. But the states that there's just no real reason to go to them unless you have something very specific. Like a Kansas, there's just nothing there. What do you need to go do?
Right, I got it. Okay.
I've been to Kansas. I've had the barbecue. Guess what? It's terrible, okay? There's just as good places in other places.
Why did you go to Kansas?
I do a baseball trip every year with my guy friends.
Ooh,
So that was one of the years we snuck back in. But we went to, I went to Kansas to go to see the Kansas City Royals who play in Missouri.
What?
It's like right on the line there. So whenever somebody says like Kansas City, you say KCK or KC Mo. And that usually gets like the area.
Oh, yes, because I talked to so many people from Kansas, but I'll remember that. KCA or KC Mo?
KCK.
Oh, okay. I already forgot it.
Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri. But where like the cool Kansas City is Kansas City, Missouri, not Kansas City, Kansas.
That's really cool because I did not even know that there was a Kansas City, Missouri.
Right. And then the same way also there's a Manhattan in Kansas, and that's where Kansas State is, the university. But if you said you're from Manhattan, you'd be like, oh my God, I live on the Upper West Side. And they'd be like, oh no, not that one. I live in Kansas City, Kansas. And you're like, who cares about you?
I don't know.
Right?
No, you're right. You're right.
But there's names for all this stuff. Like there's a Hollywood in Florida that actually is not horrible because there's a casino down there, but there's Hollywood in California. When you think Hollywood, that's what we're talking about.
California, yeah.
Yeah, you started driving around and people got very unclever with names. They just started being like, I've heard of that. I'll name it this. But you could easily get duped into going somewhere and be like, oh, that sounds like fun. Honolulu. Yeah, Honolulu, Iowa. It's amazing. You really should come see the farm here. All right. Well, Candy Skittle Bomb, I don't know where to start with you because you have such a special place in my heart, but I was going to introduce you as my wing girl. And usually when people talk about their wing girl or wing guy, it's like a pickup thing. But you know that you're my wing girl and it has zero.
Zero to do with pickup. No, it's all about the wings, eating the wings.
You're my eating wing girl, except you and I have a kind of a big problem because when we order a plate of wings, you go, I'm eating all the drummies and you eat all the paddles or the flats or whatever the hell people call them. And I am not anti that part of the wing, but I like to have like kind of an even mixture.
I
You
like
are
paddles. I don't need the flat part. I like
that
the drumstick.
I know, and you're not even realizing that I'm saying you make me eat all of one of them, and that's completely unfair.
Well, so then why don't we just order, like, instead of ordering 40, we order 50, and then you can have your mix of them.
So ordering 40 or 50 wings gets a little bit pricey, but do you remember the time that we went to the bar on Roosevelt Island and we did that? So no, it was the time when they did like 25-cent wings and you said, "Can I get 10 but all drummies?" And the guy goes, listen, for 25 cents a wing here, you're going to get what we give you." And so I said, "Order 30 and we'll just pick them out. What's it going to cost? $12? Who freaking cares?"
I do remember. That's where I got my name.
That is where you got your name. Do you know that bar closed? It closed a couple of years ago.
Oh, I love the owner of that bar. He was awesome. What was his name?
He was, I'm trying to get in your pants Johnson as far as I'm concerned. That guy was creepy. He was uber sketchy.
Really?
Yeah, you ever wonder why he talked to you a lot and couldn't give two, three shits about me?
Well, now I can see why.
Oh, you beautiful girls are so naive.
Oh, I was probably drunk.
Which leads us to a next good segue. Now,
Hey.
you might be my only friend who doesn't drink. I have friends that they don't prefer it or whatever, and I love that and I respect it. And the name of this podcast is Booze Your Daddy because booze is kind of like a play on words where, oh, you're my boo, we're booze, but it's also booze, Booze, because I am trying to drink a beer I've never had every single episode. And I thought it would be fun to have you on, one, to show that I'm not a complete alcoholic, but I respect that people are like that. And I have never had a non-alcoholic beer in my life because I don't think there's much purpose to it, and it's not what I want.
No point.
I'm sorry?
There's no point. There's no point to non-alcoholic beer.
But they're getting a lot better with the flavoring of them and different things. And you know what? My goal is to try something I've never tried before. And I said, I'm finally going to cave and get an O'Doul's. And when I went to the store, they didn't have O'Doul's. And I was looking and looking and looking. And I then saw maybe one of the coolest cans I've ever seen. I'm going to show it to the camera. I'm going to post something on Facebook and Instagram here. But if you look at that, that is a Brooklyn Special Effects beer. How awesome, Candice, describe for the listeners, how cool of a can is that?
It's a really cool can. It looks like it's like 3D.
Uh-huh.
It's
and
C for like Booze Your Daddy.
Sure, but as the can is very 3D, do you know why it's going to be the only 3D thing you see? Because it is a non-alcoholic, hoppy brew, contains less than 0.5 alcohol per volume. This is a non-alcoholic beer made by Brooklyn Brewery, and I've never had it, and I wanted to try it.
That is so awesome. Can I just tell you that you have a special place in my heart too, and I love you, but like I love you even more that you did that, like that you were thoughtful and that you bought a non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, well the point was, now I recorded an episode with my nephew and we just went right through the whole fact that there's booze on this show. But for you, I said, you know what, because we've shared so many good times and laugh, I said, I want to drink a non-alcoholic beer. And it's the first time I've ever had it, and a hoppy one too. But they're getting better at it.
Let's see if it's good.
There we go.
Yes? No? Maybe?
Okay. It's good. I mean, I wouldn't call it a hoppy beer, but it tastes kind of like Brooklyn's beers, and it's good. It tastes a little different, I guess, but it shouldn't. I'm glad I'm having it, and I'm going to drink a non-alcoholic beer with you during this episode.
Oh, thank you. Well, if you were in a bar, cheers. If you were in a bar and they served you that, would you think it was alcoholic? Alcoholic, yeah.
I wouldn't order a second one, but I wouldn't be like, ugh, there's no alcohol in here. It's just like, not my thing. Not the best flavor, but it's fine.
Yeah, but I mean, can you tell? Like,
no, because I don't know what the alcohol tastes like. I know when a beer has too much alcohol and you're like, no, thank you. You start having these like 9-10% alcohol beers. It's too much. It's like drinking liquor. It's not enjoyable.
You're like, no, thank you. But back in the day, I was like, yes, please.
No, but when the beers are that strong, it's not enjoyable. Like for what the winter lagers are really strong. You lose me when it's all alcohol. It's just too much. I want like flavor.
I unfortunately didn't drink to enjoy it like other like normal people.
like
So
normal people.
normal people. I always thought you're definitely not an alcoholic because I always said I don't know how Alan does this. Like we would go out, we would get beers, wings, beers. You would just stop drinking, just hang out, and then go home at like 10, 11 o'clock at night. And to me, that was just insanity.
Well, because
Like,
we started at like 4 or 5. So I was like, you know what? I tap out. I've had enough.
yeah, but you're good. Yeah, because you can tap out and have enough. You know when enough is enough. I've never seen you drunk.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think there's ever been a really. I was pretty drunk at your baby shower that we did on the rooftop. Do you remember that?
See, yes, I do remember that, and I was thinking about that the other day. You guys were so amazing, but I definitely have seen you drunk. I don't know what I'm saying, tipsy. So yeah,
Yeah.
you've never been bad. You've never been like, oh my god, like, oh, let's get him into a cab, get him home. That's what I mean.
Yeah, you talk to some friends, they could definitely back you up. But I wanted to talk about that because we threw you this quote unquote white trash baby shower because you come from a very classy family. I've spent enough time with your mother, who I adore. And even though she has a reputation as a Wolverine, I have always found her to be a teddy bear. I really have.
She loves you.
Yeah, she's great. And your sister, who I can't say enough things, I think she's one of the smartest people I've ever met. And I'm always afraid to be around her because I'm like, she's going to make me feel like an idiot.
Oh my god, no, she would never do that.
She would never do that, but you can tell that her mind is working. She's like one of those Elon Musk people. Like, her mind is not on the same wavelength as yours and mine is.
She's something special. She's pretty spectacular.
Exactly. But we knew that you would have this white glove, classy baby shower. And so a bunch of us said, specifically Joe Babe, goes, we gonna throw you a white trash baby shower. So we did, what was it? Pin the sperm on the egg, which was hysterical.
Our version of pin the tail on the donkey, yes.
Well, the best part about that was, and I still think he was cheating, but the father of your child was the one who won.
Right, that's right. Yes, I forgot about that.
He was millimeters away from another impregnation on the wall there.
Right, I remember that.
What else did we do? We played, there was like a piñata, which was a total shit show. That went really bad. I think the first person hit it and almost went off the roof.
Was it a baby?
It was a baby that had candy in it.
It was a baby piñata that people were hitting with a stick, a baby?
Do you not remember this? You were sober because you were like 8 months pregnant.
No, I was sober, yes, but I was, my brain cells are kind of fried, so I don't have a very good memory.
Yeah, I have a great memory. I remember that. We did that. And then we also played a version of Porno Pictionary. It was great. It was a really good time. It was really fun because I'm not having kids anytime today, but I would not want one of those baby showers that were too high-toity.
No, I wouldn't want like a pass the Grey Poupon baby shower.
Pardon me, can you pass the Grey Poupon?
Although I did kind of have that with the family now that I think about it.
You definitely did. And I don't even know if you did, but it's almost guaranteed.
I did. And my sister got so drunk on sangria, I loved it. She was hysterical. And when we left the restaurant, we're walking down the block and I'm like about to pop. And here's like my drunk sister like, la, 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 life is great. And people are looking at her like, oh my God. Like,
all right. Maybe Mark got a little that night. Probably not. But
yeah, no.
So talking back about your nickname, which I still call you and have zero shame because I think it's an adorable name because for me, it really exemplifies your personality. So that night one of the nights we went to the Roosevelt Island bar, of course, the bartender, and this will further prove my point. The bartender, the owner, he's had you and Lauren Lolo Felso, go behind the bar and start pouring drinks for people?
Well, that's normal in bars.
Really? Do you know how many times I've ever been invited behind a bar to pour drinks for people?
Well, but no, not guys. I mean, I used to do it all the time.
Exactly, because you are an attractive woman who has tatas. But you guys were pouring these shots in different colors and different this and a little bit of Red Bull, and we mix it all. Yeah, it was everything. And I don't know who came up with the idea, but you're like, oh, it's all fruity. It's a Skittle Bomb.
Oh,
right?
Did I make up Skittle Bomb?
I don't know if you made it, but there was a lot of colors, and it's been
a lot of colors, and I wanted to add every single fruity liquor there was there. I
Yes,
remember that.
that's basically what happened. And we dropped it. It was a bomb. And, Skittles are always taste the rainbow and bombs are explosive. And that's not the best description of you. But you have been Skittle Bomb in my life. And I love that I can still call you that. My bigger question to you is, have you been seeing online, it's usually like a TikTok, Instagram thing, that kids are now making jungle juice concoctions where they start, I don't know if they even put ice in it, but they start off with like every gummy worm, Sour Patch, Skittles. They pour a bunch of those in. Have you seen this?
No,
Okay.
no, this sounds interesting.
Big jug of nothing. Then they put in, I mean, just every sugary candy thing you could think of. And then you see six hands pour in a bottle of vodka, a bottle of gin, a bottle of tequila, a bottle of this. And then you see the six hands pour in Hawaiian Punch, seltzer, Sprite, all these other things. And it makes this big thing. And every person who comments on this picture, because it's always, could you find 5 people that would drink this with you? And people think they're really original to go, no, but I could find 5 people that would get diabetes with me right now.
Oh my God. No, I have not seen this concoction.
Oh, it looks like you'd have 2 of those and you'd be like, I'm done for the night. It looks disgusting.
It sounds like something that would really make you throw up, like really sugary and
Too
disgusting.
sugary, exactly. So,
Yeah.
but every time I see one of these online, I think of you as like, no. The original Skittle Bomb is a
Yes.
different person altogether.
Yes, I'm the OG. Is that how you say it? OG?
I say OG all the time, but to me in my life, do you know what OG stands for?
Orange grenade.
That makes no sense.
What does it?
That was great. I can't wait till people listen to this and they'll be like, Alcoholics Hotline, she's fallen off the wagon. She makes no sense.
Orange grenades.
No, in my life, my favorite restaurant in the world is this great Italian spot on 49th and Broadway. I don't know if you've ever been there. It's called Olive Garden. Have you ever been there? They have unlimited breadsticks and soup salad. Do you know that one?
I actually, yes, I think I might have gone for like a graduation or something very special. Yes.
But is that not the most?
Olive Garden is just, yes, and they have this bread bowl.
And they give you a little Andes mints when you leave. I mean, when you're there, you're family, right?
Of course, yes, exactly. Exactly.
So to me in my life, that is when people say OG, it's like, yeah, old game. But for me,
Olive Garden. Now I'm going to always think about that too. Thanks, Daddy.
You're welcome, Skittle Bomb. If you only knew how many first dates I was on, and it wasn't a test, but I would drop that joke and the person would go, I'm in Times Square all the time and I've never been there. I'm like, oh, and then I just thought, well, they have this tour of, I don't know, Italy or something. And it's really fantastic. And it would go on. And after about 4 or 5, I'd have to be like, listen, sweetheart, I'm talking about Olive Garden. Like, what? Come on, get with the program.
Oh my God. Oh, poor things.
Poor things. It happens.
Maybe they prefer apple base.
Apple base. That sounds like a Spanish, like otro vez, another one.
Apple base.
Yeah, there's my another one.
I don't think that's Spanish.
Otro vez is definitely Spanish.
No, ultra vase, yes, but the accent that we're doing.
What do you know about Spanish? What do you know about Peruvian food? Anything?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, I know a lot about Peruvian food. Hello, I'm half Peruvian.
I'm aware. So the other thing I was going to bring up about you is, do you remember when we met? Because I remember it very, very specifically.
I think it was during a Jackie O karaoke one night after no?
Maybe that's the first time you really remember talking to me or doing that. But I remember the first time you and I met, and it was kind of a weird dynamic because I was with an old girlfriend and we were playing on a dodgeball team with a bunch of random people because we had gotten put on one team and then we had to switch teams because she had hooked up with one of those guys and that got weird. And then we got on another team and we bounced around a couple of times because she got around. And we got put on this random team and we just really didn't love our team that much. And one night we were walking into the parlor and I saw you and you are in lime green Dunkadoo shirt. Thank you for not wearing yours. I feel like an idiot.
Darn it.
Exactly. And you had like the high pigtail ponies coming out of your head with your orange headbands. And my first thing was like, how you doing? I mean, I'm there with a girlfriend. I was just like, who is this girl? And what dodgeball team is she on? And so you and I kind of struck up a conversation right as we're walking into the parlor. And I looked behind me and your husband at the time was talking to my ex-girlfriend, or we were together at the time. And there was this we're like, oh, cool. Oh, you guys are together. Great. And from there, we became this, friendship, which I've cherished immensely. And then you guys had let everybody know that you signed up for a dodgeball season with 6 people on your team, because the game is 6-on-6, except you need to have more than that because not everybody shows up. You need people to give rest.
Well, we didn't know that. I mean, it was our first time. You can thank Joe for that one.
Oh, I'm aware. And we signed up to be on, I'm sorry, you guys signed up. And you said, if you guys ever want to come help fill in whatever, because this was like 2 or 3 games into the season and you guys couldn't get a full team, let alone be competitive. So we went and filled in on your team. We didn't win a single game that night, but the first night I helped you out, you guys won a round. Just like at one, we lost the game by a lot, but you won a round and you guys were screaming like, oh my God, it might as well have been Game 7, Stanley Cup Finals. We are the champions. You guys were going absolutely crazy, and I couldn't figure it out because my rule in sports is, act like you've been there before and act like you'll be there again, and you did not have that yet.
Because it was our first win. You have to understand, we were misfits. Okay, like we were the misfit dodgeball team. We never won anything. We didn't know what we were doing. And so to win a round at that time was like, oh my God, yes, we won. So yeah, we may have lost like 92-0, but we won a round to 1.
Yeah, something like that. And then years developed, and then eventually we won our championship. We've won a bunch of championships, I think. And it was, even with you having a broken finger, it was amazing. I mean, it really.
2 broken fingers. Hold on.
This is great. So you know that I'm recording the video, and we put all these videos on YouTube. Booze Your Daddy, BOO''S YOURDADDY. And people, I hope, go back and watch this part of the episode where you just did a change, except sorry, it is still good for YouTube. There was no lady bits showing, but you were able to locate your Donkadoo t-shirt so quickly. Now, I could be a real jerk and just show you that I thought we were going full blown. I had my headband all out and ready to go.
I was actually just looking for that, but I was afraid you were going to say you have to stop moving around. I have my headband.
I mean, I don't really care that much.
I care because now my OCD is going to kick in that I need to know where it is. But of course I know where my Donkadoo shirt is. Those were like the best times of my life.
They were up there. They really were. And then the only other story I wanted to share with our listeners with you was the time you threw Joe Babe a surprise 40th birthday party, and there was a special guest of honor there. There's actually a couple special guests of honor because my mom was coming up that night to New York, and I went and picked her up from the bus stop and took her to your apartment where you had invited, I think the PC term is a little person stripper. And my mother and your mother sat on a couch as this little guy was just skedaddling all over the room. And don't get me wrong, he was a bloody tripod. I mean, God bless. He kept
That was pretty amazing. I mean, he was like, was
God bless. No, he kept his little thong thingy on, but he was really working. And every time he came over to our parents, they were cuddled up like, oh my God, no, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Oh my God. I think we were all like that, except for Joanne.
Joanne. Yeah. I think she had like dollar bills out like, get it here, y'all. Y'all are catchers. Let's go. Y'all are catchers. I'm going to catch those nuts. Here we go.
That was so much fun. Yes. But it was a little awkward with our parents there, but I mean, come on now. They can say that they've seen a little person stripper.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Not to mention, I don't know if you've heard, your parents had sex at least once, and you have a sister, so twice. So nothing new to them as far as ding dong swinging around.
Well, exactly, but maybe not one that big. I mean, that was
this guy. He was very
impressive. That was like you said, tripod. Yeah, like
he was a tripod. Yeah. So Candice, you have listened to some episodes, maybe more than most, and as you know, we always do trivia, and you said, can I do the trivia? And I am very excited for whatever you have planned. So the show is all yours. Go ahead, Skittle Bomb.
Are we ready? The first 3 are multiple choice.
Well, why don't you start with an explanation? What is this trivia going to be?
What is this trivia going to be?
I mean, is it just random trivia? Is there a subject?
No, this is the subject. The subject of trivia tonight is about dodgeball and chicken wings.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. Number 1. Where did dodgeball originate? USA, Africa, England, Cambodia, or Peru?
You know my girlfriend's mother's from Cambodia, right?
No.
Okay, well, it's definitely not that.
Okay.
It's not Peru or you. Okay, I'm writing down my answer. Let's move on to the next one.
Okay. What did the opponents throw at each other in the original dodgeball? Pillows, balls, rocks, cantaloupes, or clothing? Got it?
Okay, got it.
Okay.
I mean, worst case scenario, I have a 20% chance. There's 5 choices.
Okay. Official rules for dodgeball were formed in what year? 1905, 1819, 1964, 256 BC, or 1937?
What's terrible is I've taken like a history of sports class in college. It was required.
Oh, come on, Daddy. You should
What
know.
what was, just read them to me one more time?
1905.
Okay, I'm going. All right. Okay.
You got it?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
keep it moving.
You're not going to go with 256 BC?
No, that seems ridiculous.
Okay. All right. On to buffalo wings. Okay. Wait. Which one did I want to do? Okay. I don't know. I have one too many questions.
Just read them.
Okay, fine. The buffalo wing was invented in what year? 1964, 1985, 1908, or 1819?
Okay.
Okay. They were made by, they were the brainchild of this woman, Teresa Bellissimo. What led to the creation? This is not multiple choice.
What led to the creation of it?
Like, what made her just decide to let me put this hot sauce on these wings and eat them? And then I have one more.
Okay.
All right. What is the world record for the most wings eaten in 26 minutes?
Okay.
All right. Okay, ready?
Read it back.
Where did dodgeball originate?
England.
Really? You thought England?
No idea.
The answer is Africa.
I caught some balls down in Africa. I caught some balls.
I didn't do the balls part. Okay, what what did the opponents throw at each other?
Cantaloupe.
Yeah, rocks.
I thought that would be too bad. I was like, oh God, somebody got stoned. I almost was like going to change my answer for the second one based on what I put for the first one. But I was like, let me just try to get some of them.
You know, it's funny because cantaloupes almost wasn't put on my list there, but I'm glad that I did it because Kenny was actually saying, like, that's so ridiculous. There's no way he'll pick cantaloupes. But you did.
Yeah, you know what? But in the quarantine, I've been playing, what's the game on Fibbage? You ever play Fibbage on Jackbox?
No, I don't even know what Jackbox is.
It's like a game you can play, and you have to pick the most ridiculous things. Whatever. It's not worth getting into, but the answer is always the most ridiculous thing. So I picked cantaloupe. Great.
Okay. Yeah. Well, no, but you know what? No, let me just tell you that they actually used to play with rocks, and people would have to cover their teammate who's being stoned, and figure out how to throw rocks at the other team. And people that died when they first did this.
Why would you cover your teammate?
You're helping them because they're getting stoned.
But then I'm getting stoned.
You would cover me. You covered me when I was pregnant with Hudson.
Yeah, because it was a soft Nerf ball. If it was a stone, Hudson would not have been born or had 3 ears. I don't care.
Yes, he would have. You say that, but you would have.
Oh,
You know what? I'm not sure. Would you? No, you may have just been right out there. Just peace out.
If it was a rock, I would have signed up for another sport.
Well, yeah, we wouldn't be playing that.
No, definitely not. And Z would have taken people's eyes off.
Z would have killed people. He would have decapitated them.
Murder, death, kill, John Spartan. There you go.
All right. Where are we? Okay. The official rules for dodgeball were formed in what year?
1905.
Yes. Yay! Ding, ding, ding. All right. The buffalo wing was invented in what year?
1964.
Yes. Did you actually know that? Or you guessed?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm guessing on every single thing
Okay.
here. At
What
least your
inspired?
questions are gettable. Like I can take a random guess at this stuff.
Well, yeah, because it's no fun if they're not, Steph.
Yeah. I'm a doctor. To remember that. I'm good at doing tests.
Yes, yes, Dr. Daddy. What inspired the brainchild Teresa Bellissimo to create them? What led to the creation?
I don't know. I'm going with something related to like she didn't have good taste or she wanted to spice something up because she couldn't taste something good. I don't know.
It's all she had. It was a
Oh,
wrong order. She had ordered chicken necks and she got the wings and she didn't have any other ingredients, so that's all she had. So it was an accident, a very, very good accident. We should actually go for wings soon.
when do you want to go? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
When do you want?
Well, next week I might be swapping and have the kids. So it would be the following week. So not next week, but the following week.
Okay.
Awesome.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I'm there, dude.
All right.
All right. Okay. The world record for the most wings eaten in 26 minutes.
204.
Oh my God, Alan.
Is that a lot or a little?
Wait, actually, no. I thought it was 44, but I misread. It was 444.
Oh, so I was, yeah. So one of my buddies, shout out my buddy Stevie, who hates being called Steve E. So it's like Steve Edward or just call him Steve. But he worked with somebody that was a competitive wing eater. There is a skill to it. You know, I've watched enough competitive eating. It's not just can you get it in your mouth, it's how fast can you do it. And Steve was telling me you basically, these guys, you know, they take a bite and it's a twist and a pull just to get the bone clean. It's not just can you eat it quickly. The same way with the hot dog eating competition, there was a documentary with Kobayashi. There is a skill to eating and how fast can you do it? Break the dogs in the mouth, buns in the water as you're doing it. It's a speed thing, not a quantity thing.
Right. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, it's probably both.
It's not. I mean, yes, you have to have a certain level, but for the most part, that's how it is.
I did not know that. Wow.
It's a blessing and a curse, the things that I remember and the things I take in. Like I know so much about so much, and then other things I'm like, oh my God, how do you function? Like the point of this podcast is I talk about all the ridiculous things I've ever done and ever said, which a lot of people in my life go like, you're a moron. Like, why do you say these things? But at the same time, I can just retain information all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm like you. I mean, I say things too, and people are like, you just have to sometimes shut your mouth. Just shut it. I'm like, why?
I can't do that.
No, what does that mean? That does not compute.
All right, so that was
Did you just roll your eyes at me?
I bit my thumb at you. That was a really good trivia. You did a really great job.
Awesome. Yay. See,
Very good.
What I did there. It's relatable because, you know, me, you, dodgeball wings.
It was great. We're definitely going to have to get some wings soon. Well,
Yeah.
I had a great time with you on this episode. Was there anything more you wanted to say? Anything more you wanted to share?
No, but I would love to do it again. I want to talk to you after the episode.
Well,
Because I miss you.
I know we can talk for a little bit, but we'll definitely have you back in the future. We're going to definitely keep bringing more people on, talk about different things. Anybody who's listening, definitely, I had a great time with Candice. People who are listening to this, make sure you're subscribing on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Pandora. We have Twitter. We have TikTok. We put a lot of stuff on Instagram, too, that I don't necessarily release on the other platforms. So there's going to be some outtakes, the pictures of your and I's drinks, including my amazing Brooklyn Special Effects beer.
Yes, my Polar water.
Polar Seltzer.
Yeah.
The fact that you have lime redeems you a little bit because that is green, and I like that a lot.
Well, it's not what, lime seltzer?
Is that not lime seltzer? I see
No,
green
it's
on it.
kiwi.
Kiwi? Whatever.
Grapefruit.
Point is, it's green.
Okay. Yes, that's why we got it.
Beautiful. Can, thanks for coming on. I will definitely, let's catch up in the future. Everybody, thanks for listening. Daddy loves you. Skittle Bomb loves you too. Bye, Skittle Bomb.
Bye.